Hello guys, very welcome to our YouTube channel Max the Service. Uh, you will be wonder what is Max the Service. Actually, it's a maximize your services where you will be having number of services to be presented to you, and we will be covering different tutorials, courses, classes, and concepts regarding software industry and development, architecture board, engineering. So today we are going to start with AWS certification. And first of all, I will be go with overall certification roadmap where we will be starting with Cloud Practitioner because Cloud Practitioner is available to uh, show us essentials and basic concepts what AWS platform provide us. And then once you complete Cloud Practitioner, you will be available for Solution Architect, Associate. You must be completing this certification to move forward, and then you have number of option like you can move on to sys operation, DevOps like administrator associate, developer associate, and from system operation administration to you can move on DevOps engineer professionals, and from DevOps engineer professional you can move on security, advanced networking. Uh, this is one path. If you are interested, you can go. And second is from solution architect associate to you can be a solution architect professional as well, and this is another part. So third is from a solution architect to developers, then you can move from developers to again DevOps engineer, and further as we discussed. From developers, you can also move to data engineer and then database specialty. Okay, so you can also fourth option is from solution architect to machine learning as well. So definitely, first we will be covering cloud practitioner, which is essential and basic concept about AWS, and this is a badge you will be. It will be available to you once you complete this certification. Then you can claim and uh, it will be available to you. You can post on your social media like LinkedIn, Facebook, and anywhere else. You because AWS providing you a link for this badge, and then you will be available for preparation of exam, and you can attempt actual exam to get this certification and be certified. So let's start with the main courses, main areas of cloud practitioner. What actually cloud practitioner offer is uh, actually uh, like cloud computing essentials. Here we will be uploading our static web page, and it will be highly available for the users. And then we will be having cloud first steps, where it will be providing us reliability and availability of computational modules like EC2. Then we will be having computing solutions, cloud economics, network concepts, connecting with your private clouds itself, databases in practices, core security concepts, and a file system in the cloud, how it works, auto healing and scaling application. Let's suppose if you have some services deployed, and due to heavy load you need load balancer, you need automatically scale mean increase and decrease your services on the base of requirement. So highly available web application, how you can make highly available to providing to make available services, its replication in different uh, regions. Okay, and then first no SQL database we will also be covering. So let's start with our first cloud computing essentials, where we will be watching first video. In video we will be having some insights and basic concepts of this practice, and then we will start working with lab. So let's start watching videos.
AWS Global Infrastructure. The AWS Global Infrastructure delivers a cloud infrastructure companies can depend on, no matter their size, changing needs, or challenges. It is designed and built to deliver the most flexible, reliable, scalable, and secure cloud computing environment, with the highest quality global network performance available today. AWS provides the most extensive global footprint to ensure your worldwide customers are served. You can rapidly expand operations to virtually any region or country. AWS now spans 105 availability zones within 33 geographic regions around the world. The footprint is expanding continuously with announced plans for 18 more availability zones and 6 more AWS regions. This fast-paced expansion of region is also paired with Amazon's long-term commitment to a sustained future, using renewable energy sources. The AWS Global Infrastructure consists of the following main components. Amazon Cloud Computing resources are hosted in multiple worldwide locations, referred as AWS regions. Each AWS region is a separate geographic area and has multiple, isolated locations known as availability zones. A AWS region has at least 2 availability zones, most have 3, including all new regions, and several have as many as 6. They are fully isolated and are many kilometers apart from each other for complete redundancy. Each availability zone consists of 1 or more discrete data centers, typically 3, and at full scale can be hundreds of thousands of servers. To ensure maximum reliability, each data center has redundant power, dedicated metro fiber connectivity, and housed in separate facilities. Network. Every data center, AZ and AWS region is interconnected via a purpose-built, highly available, and low-latency private global network infrastructure. The network is built on a global, fully redundant parallel fiber network. Points of presence. With Amazon CloudFront, AWS operates the largest global content delivery network, CDN, of any cloud provider. It enables customers to securely deliver customers' data content to end users with lower latency and high transfer speeds through a worldwide network of global points of presence, POP, locations, which consists of edge locations and regional edge cache servers. Availability zones make partitioning applications as easy as it can be. If an application is partitioned across availability zones, companies are better protected from natural disasters, such as lightning strikes, tornadoes, earthquake, and more. In this example, you can deploy your application across 3 availability zones, and a load balancer is used to distribute traffic across them. If one availability zone experiences an outage, traffic is routed to other availability zone. Customer application is still up and running. Here are the benefits of the AWS Global Infrastructure. Performance. AWS Global Infrastructure ensures high quality and uninterrupted performance. It offers customers a high-performing, low-latency, highly scalable, high-availability, secure cloud infrastructure and responds to changing needs fast, without any drop in performance. AWS provides customers with the highest levels of availability and reliability. AWS availability zones are designed for physical redundancy and provide resilience, enabling uninterrupted performance with no single points of failure. Every component of the AWS infrastructure is designed and built for redundancy and reliability, from regions to networking links, to load balancers to routers and firmware. In addition, the AWS Global Infrastructure is built on Amazon's own custom hardware, such as custom, purpose-built compute servers, load balancers, routers, and silicon. AWS optimizes this hardware for only one set of requirements, Workloads run by AWS customers. By using custom hardware, AWS provides customers with the highest levels of reliability, the fastest pace of innovation, all at the lowest possible cost. Security. Our core infrastructure is designed to meet the more stringent security requirements in the world. It is built to satisfy the security requirements for military, global banks, and other high-sensitivity organizations. Our infrastructure is monitored 24/7 to help ensure the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of our customers' data. Scalability. The AWS Global Infrastructure enables companies to be extremely flexible and take advantage of the conceptually infinite scalability of the cloud. Customers can provision the amount of resources that they actually need, knowing they can instantly scale up or down, along with the needs of their business. Companies can quickly spin up resources as they need them, deploying hundreds or even thousands of servers in minutes. Low cost. With the industry's most extensive data center footprint, the AWS Global Infrastructure enables more customers to benefit from cloud economics of scale and reduce the total cost of ownership, TCO, of their overall IT infrastructure.
Okay, so we have gone through the AWS global infrastructures, its infrastructure components, highly available applications, and benefits. Actually, what the benefits of this course is because for all of this, you need to have a login credentials. You have to first create your builder account, and then once you have create builder account, you will be able to complete this certification to go through all these steps provided by AWS. Actually, once you done this certification, then again you will not be able to do it again and again. So Max Reserve presented this video actually to you, to you can repeatedly go through and understand and do some practice. So let's see what is next. It's a global infrastructure benefits.
AWS Global Infrastructure Benefits. Here are the benefits of the AWS Global Infrastructure. Performance. AWS Global Infrastructure ensures high quality and uninterrupted performance. It offers customers a high-performing, low-latency, highly scalable, high availability, secure cloud infrastructure and responds to changing needs fast without any drop in performance. AWS provides customers with the highest levels of availability and reliability. AWS availability zones are designed for physical redundancy and provide resilience, enabling uninterrupted performance with no single points of failure. Every component of the AWS infrastructure is designed and built for redundancy and reliability, from regions to networking links to load balancers to routers and firmware. In addition, the AWS Global Infrastructure is built on Amazon's own custom hardware, such as custom purpose-built compute servers, load balancers, routers, and silicon. AWS optimizes this hardware for only one set of requirements: workloads run by AWS customers. By using custom hardware, AWS provides customers with the highest levels of reliability, the fastest pace of innovation, all at the lowest possible cost. Security. Our core infrastructure is designed to meet the most stringent security requirements in the world and is built to satisfy the security requirements for military, global banks, and other high-sensitivity organizations. Our infrastructure is monitored 24/7 to help ensure the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of our customers' data. Scalability. The AWS Global Infrastructure enables companies to be extremely flexible and take advantage of the conceptually infinite scalability of the cloud. Customers can provision the amount of resources that they actually need, knowing they can instantly scale up or down along with the needs of their business. Companies can quickly spin up resources as they need them, deploying hundreds or even thousands of servers in minutes. Low cost. With the industry's most extensive data center footprint, the AWS Global Infrastructure enables more customers to benefit from cloud economics of scale and reduce the total cost of ownership, TCO, of their overall IT infrastructure.
Okay, great. So we also gone through the infrastructure benefits of AWS Global. What are the benefits apart from different kind of from regarding security, low cost, and itself availability, reliability, and performance. From security, definitely AWS providing us different kind of security, basic token base and open authentication. They also provide us kind of encryption as well, and benefits of low cost is you can scale your application up and down as per your need, because let's say you have number of resources deployed and there is not huge throughputs or your traffics, then definitely your load balancer take care of it to reduce number of resources as per your configurations. So same goes for availability and reliability. For availability, you can deploy and configure your services regarding regions and different parameters, and it's a huge reliable services. So let's move to the next.
Hello, and welcome to AWS Well-Architected Overview. AWS Well-Architected helps cloud architects design infrastructure that is built around 6 pillars: operational excellence, security, reliability, performance efficiency, cost optimization, and sustainability. The AWS Well-Architected framework includes hands-on labs, access to the AWS Well-Architected Partner Program, and the AWS Well-Architected tool, which architects can use to evaluate workloads, identify high-risk issues, and record improvements. Let us take a closer look at the 6 pillars that define an AWS well-architected design. The operational excellence pillar focuses on running and monitoring systems, and continually improving processes and procedures. The security pillar focuses on protecting information and systems. The reliability pillar focuses on ensuring workloads perform their assigned functions and recovering quickly from any failure to meet demands. The performance efficiency pillar focuses on selecting suitable resource types and sizes, monitoring performance, and maintaining efficiency. The cost optimization pillar focuses on understanding spending trends, controlling fund allocation, and scaling to meet business needs without overspending. The sustainability pillar focuses on minimizing the environmental impact of running your cloud workloads, such as energy consumption and resource use. How does the AWS Well-Architected tool help create a well-architected infrastructure? The AWS Well-Architected tool extends the well-architected functionality, best practices, measurements, and learnings into your existing architecture processes, applications, and workflows. It creates custom lenses, where you can add best practices pillars and questions based on what's most important to your organization. Using the tool, you can share your workloads and custom lenses with up to 300 individual AWS identity and access management, or IAM, users or accounts, or across an entire organization. Reviewing your workload against sustainability best practices in the AWS Well-Architected tool can help you understand energy consumption and environmental impact. The AWS Well-Architected tool is available in the AWS GovCloud region of the US, so customers with specific regulatory and compliance requirements can conduct self-service public sector reviews. You can learn more about the AWS Well-Architected tool and custom lenses by visiting the AWS Well-Architected website.
Amazon S3 Overview. Amazon Simple Storage Service, Amazon S3, is an object storage service. An object consists of data and metadata. The metadata is a set of name-value pairs that describe the object. Buckets are containers for objects stored in S3. An object is uniquely identified within a bucket by a key. For example, the object named photo/puppy.jpg is stored in the John Smith bucket and it is addressable using this URL: http://johnsmith.s3.region.amazonaws.com/photos/puppy.jpg. Amazon S3 offers industry-leading scalability, data, availability, security, and performance. Customers of all sizes and industries can use it to store and protect Any amount of data for a range of used cases, such as websites, mobile applications, backup and restore archives, enterprise applications, IoT devices, and big data analytics. Amazon S3 offers industry-leading performance, scalability, availability, and durability. It can easily meet fluctuating demands by automatically scale your storage resources up and down without upfront investments or resource procurement cycles. Amazon S3 is designed for 11 nines of data durability because it automatically creates and stores copies of all S3 objects across multiple systems. This means your data is available when needed and protected against failures, errors, and threats. Amazon S3 also offers unmatched security, compliance, and audit capabilities. It secures your data from unauthorized access with encryption features and access management tools. S3 is the only object storage service that allows you to block public access to all of your objects at the bucket or the account level with S3 Block Public Access. You should enable block public access for all accounts and buckets that you do not want publicly accessible. S3 maintains compliance programs such as PCI DSS, HIPAA High-Tech, FedRAMP, EU Data Protection Directive, and FISMA to help you meet regulatory requirements. AWS also supports numerous auditing capabilities to monitor access requests to your S3 resources. Amazon S3 is the most supported cloud storage service. You can choose to work with a partner from the AWS Partner Network, APN, which is the largest community of technology and consulting cloud services providers. The migration partners can help you to transfer data to Amazon S3. The storage partners offer S3 integrated solutions for primary storage, backup and restore, archive, and disaster recovery. You can also purchase an AWS integrated solution directly from the AWS Marketplace, which lists over 250 storage-specific offerings.
Okay guys, actually we are presenting very comprehensive and in detail these certification. Definitely we will be covering practically labs step by step after this these videos. So please don't forget to like and subscribe so that you will be receiving rest of videos and tutorials, classes or courses intimation. So we also left 2 videos more, so let's see what we can understand and we can learn about Amazon S3 more features.
Amazon S3, more features. Amazon S3 also provides a wide range of storage classes. S3 Standard, S3 Intelligent Tiering, S3 Standard Infrequent Access, or IA, S3 One Zone Infrequent Access, or S3 One Zone IA. In the 3 Amazon S3 Glacier storage classes, each S3 storage class supports a specific data access level. S3 Standard is for general-purpose storage of frequently accessed data. It delivers low latency and high throughput, and can access data in milliseconds. S3 Intelligent Tiering is for data with unknown or changing access patterns. It automatically moves your data between a frequent access and an infrequent access tier based on changing access patterns, without performance impact or operational overhead. S3 Standard IA and S3 One Zone IA are for long-lived but less frequently accessed data. Since S3 One Zone Infrequent Access only stores data in one availability zone, it fits best for data that can be recreated. S3 Glacier storage classes are for long-term archive and digital preservation. S3 Intelligent Tiering, S3 Standard IA and S3 One Zone IA also have the same low latency and high throughput performance as S3 Standard. S3 Glacier Instant Retrieval Storage class delivers the lowest cost storage with milliseconds retrieval. It is designed for archive data that needs immediate access. For archive data that does not require immediate access, choose S3 Glacier Flexible Retrieval, with retrieval in minutes, or free bulk retrievals in 5 to 12 hours. To save even more on long-lived archive storage, choose S3 Glacier Deep Archive, the lowest cost storage, with data retrieval from 12 to 48 hours. With a wide range of storage classes offered by S3, You can choose which ones best fits your data profile and use cases. To classify, manage and report on your data, Amazon S3 also provides easy-to-use management tools for granular data control. You can use S3 storage class analysis to discover data that should move to a lower-cost storage class based on access patterns. Then you can use this information to configure an S3 lifecycle policy that makes the data transfer. S3 lifecycle policy defines when objects transition to another storage class and when objects expire. It helps to manage your objects so that they are stored cost-effectively throughout their life cycle. In addition, you can use S3 cross-region replication to replicate data into other AWS regions. You can also replicate data within the same AWS region. S3 Object Lock. Objects are locked for the duration of the retention period that you define and are protected from deletion. You can enforce, write once, read many policies with S3 Object Lock. S3 Inventory Report lists your stored objects, their metadata and encryption status. You can also use S3 Batch Operations to change object properties and perform storage management tasks for billions of objects. With S3 Batch Operations and a single S3 API request, or a few clicks in the Amazon S3 Management Console, you can perform batch operations such as copy objects between buckets, replace object tag sets, modify access controls and restore archived objects from Amazon S3 Glacier. Since Amazon S3 works with AWS Lambda, you can log activities, define alerts and automate workflows without managing additional infrastructure. With Query and Play services, you can run big data analytics directly across your S3 objects and other data sets in AWS. This means you can run big data analytics directly on your data stored in Amazon S3 that allows you to query data without needing to copy and load it into a separate analytics platform or data warehouse. Amazon S3 is also compatible with AWS Analytics Services, Amazon Athena and Amazon Redshift Spectrum. You can use Amazon Athena to query S3 data with standard SQL expressions. Amazon Redshift Spectrum also runs SQL queries directly against data at rest in Amazon S3, and is more appropriate for complex queries and large data sets up to exabytes. You can also use S3 Select to retrieve subsets of object data instead of the entire object, which can be up to 5 terabytes in size. It is designed to increase query performance by up to 400% and reduce querying costs as much as 80%. Versioning is a means of keeping multiple variants of an object in the same bucket. Buckets can be in one of 3 states: unversioned, which is a default, versioning enabled, or versioning suspended. When versioning is suspended, it will suspend the creation of version ID for new objects but preserve all the existing object versions. Once you enable versioning, the combination of a bucket key and version ID uniquely identify each object. After the bucket is version enabled, it can never return to an unversioned state. You can, however, suspend versioning on that bucket. You can use versioning to preserve, retrieve and restore every version of every object stored in your Amazon S3 bucket. Versioning-enabled buckets enable you to recover objects from accidental deletion or overwrite. If you delete an object it is not permanently deleted, Amazon S3 inserts a delete marker. If you overwrite an object, it results in a new object version in the bucket. You can restore the previous version as long as the object has not been deleted.
Okay, now we have only last video.
Amazon Simple Storage Service, Amazon S3, Access Management. By default, all Amazon S3 resources, such as buckets and objects, are private. Only the resource owner, an AWS account that created it, can access the resource. The resource owner can optionally grant access permissions to others by writing an access policy. Amazon S3 offers access policy options that can be broadly categorized as resource-based policies and user policies. Resource-based policies are access policies that you attach to your resources, such as buckets and objects. Bucket policies and access control lists, ACLs, are resource-based policies. You can also authenticate certain types of data access using query string authentication and grant temporary access to others with time-limited URLs. User policies are access policies that you attach to users. Access can be granted to users using AWS IAM policies. You may choose to use resource-based policies, user policies, or some combination of these to manage permissions to your Amazon S3 resources. Access Control List is a legacy access control mechanism. As a general rule, AWS recommends using S3 bucket policies, or IAM policies for access control. When Amazon S3 receives a request, it must evaluate all the access policies to determine whether to authorize or deny the request. First, let's look at resource-based policies. Access control lists. Each bucket and object has an access control list, or ACL, associated with it. Access control lists use an Amazon S3 specific XML schema. It defines which AWS accounts or groups are granted access and the type of access they have. When you create a bucket or an object, Amazon S3 creates a default ACL that grants the resource owner full control over the resource. You can use access control lists to grant basic read and write permissions to other AWS accounts. Bucket policies, written in JSON, are attached to an S3 bucket. It provides access permissions to the S3 bucket and all objects in it. Here is an example of a S3 bucket policy. This S3 bucket policy allows the principal, the root account, and the IAM user Alice under that account to perform any S3 operation. The wildcard asterisk character after the S3 in the action statement indicates that all S3 operations are allowed. You can perform S3 operations only on specific resources, as shown in the resource statement. In this case, only the S3 bucket with the name myBucket and all objects in it are allowed. As you can see, you can use the slash and asterisk after the bucket name to indicate all objects in the bucket. User policies control who has access to your Amazon S3 resources and is also written in JSON. You can use AWS Identity and Access Management, AWS IAM, to create users, groups, and roles in your account, and attach access policies to grant them access to Amazon S3. Let's look at an IAM policy example. Unlike bucket policies, an IAM policy does not require a principal element because the principal is by default the entity that the IAM policy is attached to. The first part of the policy specifies bucket-level permissions. It allows the list bucket action, so that applications can list all objects in the test bucket. The second part specifies object-level permissions. It allows put object, get object, and delete object actions so that applications can write, read, and delete any objects in the test bucket.
Okay guys, we have completed almost all the videos, because these videos have such a great knowledge, because don't get bored. You have to understand what actually Amazon is explaining about these services they are providing. Actually we have to take care and understand what actually access management, user policies, resource based policies, because when you will be go for certification and attend exam, definitely these knowledge will help you, because you when you will review all these videos and understand and do some R&D and Google to get more understanding about all these concepts, definitely you will be able to attend certification and you can complete your certification very easy. So now we have gone through all these videos to cover all concepts beyond the this lab. So now we will be starting our lab and follow all steps to complete this first class. So